Hi, I'd like to introduce Dr. Erik Cressman, who's an associate professor of interventional radiology at UT MD Anderson Cancer Center. He also has a PhD in organic chemistry from the University of Utah and received his doctorate of medicine from Indiana University. He is our 2024 chair for the Society of Interventional Radiology annual meeting. I'm really excited to introduce him this evening to give us the lowdown on the annual meeting this year. So welcome, Dr. Cressman.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been quite an honor and quite a busy time putting together this meeting. So let's get into it.
I could only imagine. So what are you most excited about for this meeting?
Oh boy, there's a whole lot. The first thing I would think about that probably is on almost everyone's mind is the updates on the clinical trials from several large bore mechanical thrombectomy studies that are ongoing for pulmonary emboli. That's going to be uh, quite prominent in the program. Another one would be in women's health. In particular, there's going to be sessions on pelvic venous insufficiency. Another one would be a plenary session in artificial intelligence. We're going to have um, Dr. Bruce Tromberg from the NIH, who's actually the director of the NIBIB, give us some insight on that. Another plenary session is going to be on the future of interventional radiology, and that's going to have several experts that I think we'll all be familiar with, looking ahead at what might be impacting us in the near future, in the mid future, and even into the sort of crystal ball zone of what's going to be coming down the road.
As a young attending, and I'm sure for our trainees, it's probably one of the most exciting topics to see kind of what our future holds.
Oh, absolutely. And it's really been difficult to try to decide. Once you start going down that road with that kind of topic, there are so many possible great ways to take it, and you can't possibly cover all of them in the amount of time that we would have. You could spend the whole meeting just dedicated to that, frankly.
As I'm sure many conversations are, offline discussing the future of IR.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had plenty of discussions about the format of that plenary session and about the topic coverage, and there's just not enough time to do all these things justice. So,
So tell me what's new to the meeting this year that maybe we haven't seen in prior meetings.
oh my goodness, there are too many topics to go into any specifics here. Um, One thing I think may be newer is that we've been building on the history that we have with all these town halls. And in particular, we started out our working on our schedule for the with all the different sessions, and we thought we were going to have a lot of space for town halls that we weren't going to end up needing to use. And we are now at the point where there is so much interest garnered for so many different topics, and people are embracing this so well that we don't have any more room. We filled up every single possible slot for town halls. Another thing that's new-ish again from last year is that we're getting a lot more input in terms of the actual structure and the content from the clinical specialty councils, because SIR is for all of us. It's not just for one subspecialty or a subspecialty, no matter how important each of us think our own work is. And so it's been really valuable to get input from them in terms of structuring all of the different topics. So kind of
That
a long
sounds
answer,
great.
but
I'm
nothing
really
specific.
looking forward to it. Very exciting. What new technologies or techniques or data? I know you kind of mentioned the PE studies and AI. Can you go into maybe a little bit more depth on those?
I wish I could. I don't want to spoil the surprises for anybody, but there are going to be several sessions on AI in particular. I mean, who can ignore that at this point? The impact of it, how it's going to change practice down the road. Another aspect of it, of course, is going to be robotics, and we've got some people that are going to be presenting on that as well. So, in terms of technologies, and of course, these things change so quickly. We also are looking at augmented reality and virtual reality stuff, both for potential clinical practice and for educational purposes as well. So
Well, I'm gonna have to try those out in the technical hall. What are
definitely.
some recreational activities that someone who's either coming from a distance or never been to Salt Lake City might be able to do around the conference area?
Oh, that's the Salt Lake Valley and the Wasatch Mountains and the not so nearby Uinta Mountains are uh, just full of recreational opportunities if you can take a little bit of time to get away to one of those. The city itself is very clean, well laid out. There's the usual things for a larger city with, you know, cultural events. There are also a lot more, what would be the word? Accommodating of uh, sites like pubs and being able to enjoy your beverage with your meal than
Mm.
they used to be. There's also some mass transit options now that did not uh, exist back in the day. They are a direct result of a lot of the work done in preparation for the Olympics that I believe they were probably in about 2003, maybe something like that. I can't
Yeah, something
remember.
like that. I'm sure it'd be cool to go visit the Olympic Village as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you talk about the mountains, of course, there's Big Cottonwood Canyon, Little Cottonwood Canyon. Those are the big ones for skiing. And then if you wanted to, you could go up to Park City, and there's at least a couple of resorts up there as well. So
Well, thank you so much for your time and, giving us a sneak peek on SIR 2024. Looking forward to seeing everyone there.
absolutely, I'm really excited about this meeting. I think it's going to be probably the best one we've ever had.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.